What's up, guys? It is that Panda again. I'm here again with another video, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this because I'd heard a lot of people kind of talking about the event and all that kind of stuff, right? And just giving their thoughts on it, especially on Discord, just saying how much they hated the event. And I will agree that the event itself was definitely a letdown, and it's really annoying too because I feel like this happens so much with just all of DLS's events, right? Like I feel like all the events they put out, you get this hype feeling, and then there's usually a letdown. And I'm gonna be completely fair to the game and say, this is the first time they put it out. There's obviously tweaks that can be made. I don't think like the game's completely to blame. Like I understand that people had issues with it, but I do think like as long as the game is actually listening, they will make improvements on this event later on. I think the whole bring back island raid thing is somewhat valid, but me personally, I don't think that's necessary. I do like a lot of aspects about this event. One, for example, just the fact that you do have legions and you have alliances grouped together, I do think that this makes for a generally better matchmaking. Of course, there's still going to be some brackets that aren't matched as well, but I do think that it makes it even better because, for example, let's say I'm a 5 billion alliance, but my top players may be 80 million, zero T6 players, but I get paired with a few other 5 billion alliances. There's a few more T6 players over there. There's a few more T6 players on the other legions. What if you had that in Island? You wouldn't have the opportunity to potentially team up with these, T6 players joining the rallies. And this overall just makes, fighting easier, trading easier. And it is kind of interesting to just be able to work with other alliances. I do think that there are major flaws with this as well, because, for example, I think like this one, a few people have just overall thought about. Let's say PLW wanted to screw over Boone, and I don't think they would, but let's say PLW or Cozy wanted to screw over Boone. Well, they could just destroy this tower right now, and boom, we'd all be thrown off territory. It'd probably be easier to take our checkpoint right now. If this checkpoint wasn't even taken, what if we were all sitting here and they just destroyed that, and then maybe people come in, just start burning our bases down. That's a major flaw. Like if you have issues with an alliance in your legion, that can be very bad. I also do think like the tower cap thing is kind of stupid, or at least fix up the tower cap. I do think, like, for example, our bracket, you have H and B with only one other alliance, meaning that kind of coming in, they're at a disadvantage of sorts at how they can build, right? Like for one, they couldn't. Well, actually, they did take this checkpoint, it looks like, but for one, they can't really overextend, right? Like they can't overextend in these checkpoints. They can't like maybe build up mid, like because even if they did take our checkpoints, what's to say that they'd be able to fully extend into this zone, take our treasure city, extend fully into this zone, take our tower. Just in general, I think that the tower cap is a little stupid, or at least fix up the tower cap. For example, if you're fighting 2 alliances versus 3 alliances, maybe up the tower cap of said alliances, maybe lower the material costs, just something like that. I do think that another thing that I actually did like, but I do think that this definitely should be tweaked if anything, is the whole spawn thing where it spawns these things. I do think like it's annoying that I have to come here every 2 freaking hours for minimal resources to build towers. Like these resources should either be more abundant, like. And the thing is, like, I kind of want to go back to the overall donation thing because this is so annoying. The whole marching across, like, it's really annoying. I do like the fact that you have to kind of grind for your resources in general, right? To build towers. I do like the fact that you have to fight over the resources, which does add like an interesting aspect of the game. But I find it to just be annoying to do these long marches, or just the fact that you have to get on every 2 hours to get resources that might not even get you one freaking tower. It might not even get you one tower, and that's really annoying. I just think like they should either up the amount of like drops, or just have another method. Maybe there is like a donation thing, but it doesn't give as much. I don't know, man. Like the overall thing is kind of annoying to me, and it kind of gets tiring, right? Like it's exciting the first bit of island, but after a while you're like, man, I don't want to log in every 2 freaking hours, right? And if you have a less active alliance, you kind of have to compensate with more activity, more gathering, more going to these things, and it's a little bit annoying in that aspect, right? Like there's just some things that I could definitely see tweaked, right? I don't overall hate this event. I do think that the event in general is a good thing. I think that it'll be cool if they can kind of fix it up and tweak the event. I heard a take from people that the whole faction thing, factions should be able to like teleport in each other's territory, maybe I guess use each other's towers to attack points. I actually disagree. Like me personally, I didn't think that would happen in the first place. I think a lot of people came in with the conclusion that, oh, these factions will be able to do all this stuff. I did expect factions to potentially be able to reinforce each other's, checkpoints, towers, or something. And I will say another major flaw about this. What if that faction hates you? What if they want to screw you over? What if they build in a way that would cut us off, right? Like, let's say we got cut off right now and they wouldn't let us attack their towers because of the faction thing. Well, then we'd be screwed if they just wanted to kind of, maybe give up that checkpoint, do something, right? It just overall is kind of like flawed in that situation. But I did think that they'd maybe be able to reinforce and stuff. I didn't expect people to be able to like teleport in each other's territory. I kind of think that in itself is a little dumb. Like I get the argument, but then again, it's like, there's like just from the like overall like thing of legions, right? I'm not gonna sorry, I'm like stumbling. I'm not gonna expect factions to work the exact same way as a legion. A legion's supposed to be like an alliance of alliances. A faction is basically you being grouped together. And another thing about factions, I hate that it's forced, and I hate how it is because I've had it in some maps and I've seen it in some maps and I already expected this to happen. But why would I want to fight, let's say blue right here, right? Like let's say they are our main enemy, but then it's like they're the most likely to be teamed with us because they maybe go for this tower. We obviously can't budge the tower, and we maybe go to the treasure city, all this type of stuff. We're more likely to maybe ally with these guys or something, and we don't like these guys. We're enemies and stuff, but they force us into one team. All the rewards we get go to them. All the rewards they get, I guess, from like capturing treasure cities and stuff, go to us. And not only that, it just like kind of forces you to align with people that you were just killing their troops. You were just, fighting them for maybe days or something. And like imagine you just drained all your troops and everything, and they're like, all right, these guys are your allies now. And imagine you have allies on the other side of the map, and now you're forced to be enemies. Like, it's just kind of stupid to force the factions. And I do think in some cases they should allow you to kind of I feel like you should be given the option of what faction to join, maybe, in a kind of way. Like maybe there's like a main team, right, in each faction, or maybe you can just overall choose, like all the alliances can choose their faction. I don't know, but like let's say that's the case. I think that you should definitely be able to choose. And I get the argument that, yeah, well, what if, they want to 2v3 us? What if they want to, sorry, not 2v3, sorry, 1v3 us or something? Well, yeah, that's somewhat valid. But in a lot of cases, there are sometimes, kind of brackets that it's necessary where if you don't 1v3, there's absolutely no chance for, alliances to win or a legion to win. I don't know, man. I don't like the forced faction thing. That was like one of the most like irritating things I've seen. Like I said, the tower cap, that's one of my main contingent points. I definitely think that they could like kind of tweak that to kind of adjust maybe like the material it costs for the towers as well, if like you kind of are in a faction with like less alliances, right? Because a lot of these have 3. I don't know if they did that with other factions or it was kind of unbalanced, right? Like I don't know if it was like on the like, because I feel like a lot more of these were all kind of like 3 3 3. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't look like they were. I mean, like in this case, red, right? 4 3 3 3. So like red obviously has an advantage at least in the tower number count. I don't know, man. I definitely think that's something that should be tweaked. I don't know. I don't know if that's like, oh, okay. Well, there's one more major thing. So I noticed this coming in, but there was no thing, and I think I mentioned this in my review video, but there's no like ruins or something in the middle of the map. What is the incentive to fight? Like in the case of us, right? We're Jade, and you have HMB as Golden, right? Maybe if HMB was like Crimson, or maybe if they were Azure, this would have been a much more interesting fight. But the fact that they were Golden directly across from the map means that they can't directly go into like this zone, mate, right? And we were forced to fight it out for a tower, or in our case, we might have just gone over here, and then we'd still be able to, we'd still be forced to fight them for this treasure city. It doesn't work like that, right? It doesn't work like that here. And it's just a little annoying, man. Like you're directly across the map. You can literally just play for checkpoint, right? Like if that's the case, at the very least have like a ruins here to incentivize a fight, right? Incentivize people to come up mid, because I saw this, right? And I saw the situation and I was like, yo, Nam, because Nam wanted to build up mid. I just told the guy like straight up, we should just sit on checkpoints. There's absolutely no reason for us to build up mid, and there's a lot of reasons why it's very disadvantageous. And I actually I might go into it like on a video when I do my overall video thing for like because I recorded a bit in I think it's G2 with like DHX and ROK and stuff, but they basically fought it out, right? And I saw ROK build up kind of over here, and this is I'm just doing this to explain why it's kind of more advantageous to sit behind a checkpoint. So ROK build up here, right? They're getting sieged from left, right, center, front, everything, right? They're getting maybe sieged on 3, 4, 5, 6 towers at a time, and this is one of the biggest issues for me, right? I think like this is a thing that you should be forced to face, right? Like if there was like a ruins, it would be pretty interesting, but that's not a situation that we were kind of faced with. That's not a situation we were put in because we simply had the option to just deny the middle fight because we know that there's absolutely no point of us pushing up mid as we have no chance of pushing H and B back and taking their treasure city, right? So we might as well just protect their checkpoints. And I think if ROK did the same thing, it's potentially possible that they would have held out, or at least they would have held out much longer. Because when you're kind of doing these tower fights, when you're holding all those towers, not only are you giving people multiple points of siege on you, you're also spreading out how many garrison captains you can have. And I think this was like a big thing. I was just like, oh, and I saw a lot of towers being defended with like Tom, not even Peterson and stuff, and they were just getting swarmed down. They get melted. That's another thing. You get a lot of these towers swarmed at the very least in whale brackets, right? And you melt out really fast. Whereas if you're defending a checkpoint, it's much harder for the enemy to make really big pushes as it's literally 1 point of siege. And I do get the overall argument of, maybe there's multiple alliances, you can like double, triple rally it. Yeah, but if you're defending those towers, you're not really much better off. And like I said, you're going to be melted a lot faster. Overall, I think that defending checkpoints is probably the most advantageous situation you're in because not only do you have like territory advantage, you can send counter rallies, you can just sit behind checkpoint and fill, and as long as all your members are kind of chilling, you can keep that thing up as long as you're able to hold it. And in our case, we definitely had more of an advantage at this than like ROK did because even if ROK held, there are a lot of really strong people in like blue and yellow here, right? Gold. And the rally captains would have been way harder to manage. But in our case, we weren't kind of forced into that situation exactly, and it was just much easier to hold out. And I think like the fact that you're able to do this is kind of stupid. Like I'm obviously going to take advantage of it because it is the smarter thing to do. But I do think it's overall just stupid. I know I've kind of pandered on this topic for a little while, but dude, like just add a freaking ruin. Like add a ruin in the middle of the map. Just incentivize fighting and make this more interesting because these treasure cities are directly across from each other, and as long as you just anchor down on a checkpoint, literally what can they do? You're just going to counter rally constantly. It's just the smarter thing to do. I honestly don't get it. I don't get the decision making that went into that. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's really it to the video. I just wanted to kind of talk about that. I just think it's overall stupid. I do think that, like I said, there can be tweaks. Maybe easier to build towers. Maybe they make a smaller map. I don't even think that's necessary. I just think that they should make it like kind of a little bit more fast-paced, even because in the first day, for example, there's so little fighting. There's so much marching, and it's like, dude, I come in and you want to come in excited for an event like this, right? You want to come in ready to like spill blood. You don't want to come in like an event like this, and then you're just farming for the first day or two. You know what I mean? And I actually don't mind the farming aspect. I just find it too slow for people, Just there need to be tweaks. I don't think it needs to be removed. I don't think Island Raid needs to come back and replace this event. I do think a lot of the aspects are very interesting. Even the fact that you can kind of fight over checkpoints and you can kind of fight over zones, and then you can have allies come in to kind of put in pressure on different sides. I do think that's overall interesting. I do think there's like a problem with like people who are probably going to go to one side or the other to kind of avoid fights a lot. But I do think that this was kind of more so in our bracket. I do think like other brackets did have more action on like day 2 and stuff. So I'm also a little bit biased in that regard. But I don't know, man. You guys give me your thoughts in the comments. I've given you guys my thoughts. I hope you guys have a great day or night, though. I really do appreciate you guys, honestly, as always, for watching. And I just hope to hear your guys' opinions. So, yeah, you guys have a great day or night, though. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And that is it. Peace out.